Mike Dolson,
I'm here.
Tom McDonald,
Good day.
Jennifer Finley. Here. Jim Molitaire, Carol Langford, Danielle Matt,
Here.
Bing Matt, James Steele Jr.,
Yes.
Martin Charlo,
Present.
Len Tootieth,
I'm here.
Lenise Trahan.
Jimmy, will you get this? Go get it. I'm not sure what's calling you today, and thank you for this beautiful day, first of all, and welcome to the guests that we have here today. Ask you to be with us today as we do our work for our people and just show us the way, show us the best way to do the best job we can for the people we work for, and keep everybody safe today in their travels. I ask you to just watch over everybody, elders and children of our tribes. Just watch over them and as this, to be with them, be with the people that have lost folks in their lives. It's a hard thing to go through, and just be with them, comfort them. We ask all this in your name. Comment. You have minutes from September 23rd. Take a look at them. Okay. Got them from Abby. Okay. Got Daniel and James on, so we're okay.
Mr. Chair.
James, go ahead.
Yeah, I was at the Montana Budget Policy Center meeting in Helena.
Chair,
Go ahead, Martin.
on page 2, when we're talking about the grant, we put the Tribal Research Review Board and the Salish Kootenai College and the CSKT IRB. Please, thank you. Motion to approve.
Motion by Martin to approve the 23rd? Second by Tom. All in favor? We're unanimous here. Couple James, no, cool. I think we're unanimous. We have an agenda.
Any additions for the agenda? We have one walk-in. Martin? Lynn? Right now, that. And got a request to juggle the agenda and bring two legal up first, so. I look for a motion on the agenda. Motion by Tom. Second by Danielle, all in favor, approve the agenda with additions? Or unanimous? Well, it's been requested that you go ahead and do yours first. Come on up.
Good morning. Is this on?
How are you, Jamie?
Good, thank you. I will let students speak. There are 5 students from Two Eagle River School who are here to present students' letters on the issue of the proposed flag design. There's 64 letters that they're going to submit to you as part of the public comment period. The 5 students who are speaking are all from tribal history and government class, and then we have a few others who are here to learn from watching. I don't know what the official rule is, but we were wondering if it was okay to record the students who are presenting today.
Yeah, this is an open and it is being recorded.
That's okay.
And you guys have a while, so you don't need to worry about time.
Okay.
So I had you scheduled for that amount of time, and hopefully you'll make them all stand up and introduce themselves.
Sure. We'll start with introductions then.
I'm Anthony Sheridan. My dad is DJ Pipot and my mom is Alicia Sheridan, and I'm a part of the CVR class to record.
My name is Colia Finley, and my mom is Lacey Burke, and my dad is Mitchell Parker, and I'm just here to learn.
My name is Kiki Wait, can you hear me? My name is Kiki Tennis. I'm one of the tennises. I'm from a CBR class, so I'll be filming.
My name is Ray McDonald. I'm a senior at Two Eagle River School. My family, I'm a McDonald. My dad's Ray McDonald. My mom's Lisa Little Boy. My grandpa is Francis McDonald. I come from the mission side.
My name is Riley. My name is Riley. Riley Gates. My dad's Adrian after Buffalo, and my mom's Moni Gates.
My name is Anton Takesource. My mother is Mignon Harris, and I'm here to present my letter and Coco's for Tribal Council.
My name's Cheyenne Curl. My mother is Amber Nomi. My father is Robert Currell, and I'm here also reading some letters.
My name's Michael Quicksue. My parents are Charlie Quicksue and Sonia Spotted Blanket.
My name's Tim Boyce, and I'm just here to take notes.
I'm Josie Trahan Usher. My mom is Michelle Trahan Usher. My dad is Joe Usher. And I'm here to read letters from students at Two Eagle. And I'm in THG.
My name is Damian Lamoose. My mom is John Erica Lamoose, and I am here to listen and learn from the letters.
My name is Damian Amijo. My dad's Manuel Amijo. My mom's Rhonda Bodo.
My name is Isaac Corral, and my mother is Amber Nomi, and my father is Robert Corral, and I'm here to take notes.
My name is Warren Clark. My guardian is artist Beauchamp, and I'm just here for the experience. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
I'm Gracie Beth Bell. I'm here presenting letters for THG.
My name's Jaden Seneco, and I'm just here to listen and learn.
My name is Tilden Sangador. My parents are Daniel Small Salmon Brown and Shell Brown, and I'm here from CBR.
My name is Aurora Madplume. I'm from Browning, Montana, and I'm here to present a few letters for THG.
My name is Emma Spardigo. I'm a part of the Blackfeet tribe as well, and I'll be taking notes and observing.
All right, so the five of you who are presenting. Okay. And to clarify, THG is our tribal history and government class. CBR is our community-based research class, which makes the student news show Inside the Nest, which maybe you've seen episodes of. Oh yeah, one more.
Well, welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here and glad to hear from you. As you present your letter, please turn the microphone on in front of you. There you go.
Dear Tribal Council, my name is Anton Takesource. My mother is Mignon Harris. I am of Kasanka and Crow lineage, and as a descendant of this tribe, I would like to say, I would like to see the red flag stay, but change only one thing, the tribal seal. I feel as if there is more significance to the tribal seal than the symbols on the red flag. The red flag is just not the depiction they have described. I do not agree with the plain blue, since it does not have as much depth. I say keep the red flag and add the tribal seal and all three of the tribes' names. I feel like Flathead Nation is a wrong depiction of our people. We are near the lake, but that does not mean that we're all from the same people. It's a misconception I get all the time, especially in Polson. People should understand that we are of different tribes within the Flathead area. Sincerely, Anton. And then, dear Tribal Council, this one is Kolia Angeline Finley. My name is Kolia Angeline Finley. My dad's name is Raymond Oliver Finley Jr. And my mom's name is Jessica Marie Longneck. Then my parents that mostly raised me are Mitchell Parker and Lacey Burke Parker. I want to thank you for using your time to read my letter. And what I think about our tribal flag. I saw the possible new tribal flag, and I really like how our tribal seal is included and how well put together it is, even how the tribes are written in our languages. Now I think we should keep the flag we have now because I think the seal should be its own thing. Some people might disagree and say that we need something new, but that's why I think maybe can make our current one better by making it more detailed, or maybe even enhancing the details we already have. Also, we can write the tribes in their own languages. I really like how everything fits together so well on the red flag too. Again, I am really thankful for you reading my opinion. Thank you so much. Sincerely, friend Coco.
Dear Tribal Council, Haska Hotpesia, Cheyenne Prettyman Cross Louis Squex. I appreciate the time you're given to listen to the community's concerns about the flag. While I haven't grown up on the Flathead Reservation, I've called it home for quite a few years now. My parents are Amber Nomi and Robert Corral, and both sides of my family have lived here on the reservation as well. My native blood is mainly Spookney, Salish, and Piikani, though I do have Kalispel and appreciate the fact it'll get more recognition getting added onto the flag. I do feel as if it would be better to keep the original flag due to some of the questions and concerns that I've been hearing. The two main that I have heard the most is why now, or why can't they just have added Kalispel to the old one? Hearing those questions frankly makes me more concerned as well. I have always heard complaints about the flag needing a change, though I think they only really wanted to see more recognition for the other tribes here on the Flathead Reservation. In other words, I agree. Hearing so many stories and significant heartfelt connections to the red flag, here's an example from a grandmother of mine on what she shared. I don't want to see the red go because I feel as if the red shows the blood we've lost and what we have gone through, the endurance and the tears shedded. And I like the fact that it stands out compared to the other flags, and I deeply agree with my grandmother's words. I do not simply disagree with the new flag 100%, just honestly keeping the original color, along with the original symbols. Considering the new design, it just doesn't suit our Flathead reservation as much as the past one has. Lemnish Pensia, thank you for your time, Cheyenne. And then this next one I will be reading is from Jodessa Dixon. My name is Jodessa Dixon. I attend Two Eagle River High School. I graduate this year in the class of 26. I'm writing this letter in concern of the change of our tribal flag. I've lived on the reservation for most of my life, learning and living the Salish and Kasanka ways. I think the acknowledgement of all three tribes on the flag is a good step forward. But if we're going to get technical, all the sacred colors should be known or things that are relevant to our tribal ways. I myself do not disagree with the change, but only hope to see our flag to represent us in a good way as people. Sincerely, Jodessa Dixon. Then the last one I will be reading is from Sierra Hall. My name is Sierra Hall, and I am here to talk about the new flag. First thing I would like to say is thank you for your time to hear what the community thinks about the possible new tribal flag. My thought about the new flag is I think it's very important that the last chief on the new flag now it's representing the Flathead Reservation, and I think the new flag included Salish, Kasanka, and Kalispel, and not just Salish and Kootenai. One thing I would like to see on a new flag is the Mission Mountains, because when I first moved here from the Kalispel and Browning and saw the mountains, I was shook by how clear you can see them. But seeing the old flag doesn't have the chief like the new one does, so it doesn't really pop out like the new one. I think the new one should be the flag just because the red one has had its time. Sincerely, Sierra Hall, and thank you.
Dear CSKT, my name is Aurora Madplum. I'm from Browning, Montana, part of the Blackfeet tribe. I attend school at Two Eagle River. I would like to thank you for your guys' attention and time today. My reasoning for speaking here is because of the possible change to the CSKT flag, which has represented the Flathead Reservation since 1979. So my question is, why propose a new flag? I can understand minor changes like adding Kalispe or implementing a few new details, but to strip the originality from the flag is aberrant. I believe the flag should stay original. Again, thank you for your time. Sincerely, Aurora Matson. The next letter I will be reading is from Mahe Bell. Dear CSKT, hello, my name is Mahe Bell. I go to Two Eagle River School and I'm a CSKT member. I'm writing to you on behalf of the new tribal flag. I like to say I do like the new one, but I think we should keep our red flag. The red really stands out, and I'm not too sure why it would be changed to blue. I think keeping the red flag by adding Kalispe on it would be good. I don't know why we would change it so much out of nowhere. If it does get changed to the new one, I would hope for it to at least stay red. Sincerely, Mahe. The last letter I'll be reading is from Kiki Tennis. Dear Tribal Council, I have seen and heard about you proposing to the new tribal flag. I originate from Salish and Kootenai, so this topic would be different. My thoughts are to not change the seal and keep the original one instead. My different reasonings are because going from red to blue is a change and not adding any of the symbols, including the land and cultural meanings for the tribe. I see potential in the new flag, but I wouldn't change it just after how many years of good work and symbolizing and how it symbolizes SNK tribes. Sincerely, Kiki Tennis. And that was the last letter.
I will be reading my letter first and then the other two letters that I selected. Dear Tribal Council, I am Josie Trahan Usher. I was born and raised on this reservation. I identify with the Katsanka band. I would like to thank you for taking time out of your day to read this and hear my thoughts on the new proposed flag. I like the red flag better. There is history and meaning behind our current flag, and it gives our tribe a separate identity from the other flags. The natural resources such as the Mission Range, the Flathead Lake outline, the teepee, the bow and arrow, it has cultural significance and represents us as who we are. I dislike the blue flag a lot. There are many other tribes in Montana that have blue flags, and it will blend us in with the other tribes too much. The font on the flag looks too much like NASA, but I do like the tribal seal on the flag. I also like how Calypso is also brought into the new flag.
I would also like to say that Flathead Nation generalizes us when there are three bands. I also believe that that is the colonized way of referring to us and should be removed from both flags. I understand we are the Flathead Indian Reservation, but we are also Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. If you do change the flag, I recommend you remove Flathead Nation and add a cultural meaning to the flag and give us a sense of identity. I like the flag we have now. I believe it should be revamped to remove Flathead Nation and add Calypse. I also would like to pitch the idea that the three bands have their own flags, and the people who make these flags should be the ones who understand each band's culture, history, and people. As First Nations, we deserve our own identity. Our bands and tribes deserve their own identity as well. Thank you again for reading this and hearing me out. Sincerely, Josie Usher. I will be reading Lenny Joseph's letter. Dear Tribal Council, I'm Lenny. If you're reading this, thank you. I'm writing this purely for points in my class, but I do wish to say that me personally, I'd prefer that you keep the red flag because the new flag doesn't really look the part. It looks like NASA or Elon Musk made it, and I dislike that. Sincerely, Lenny Joseph. And I will be reading Damien Lamoose's letter. Hello, my name is Damien Lamoose. I am a student at Two Eagle River School. I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your day to read my letter. It means a lot to me that you're bothering to pay attention to this. The reason I'm writing to you is because of the tribal flag and the proposed new flag. I'd like to request that the flag stays unchanged. My reason for this is because the current red flag is charming and simple. It doesn't go overboard with textures or designs, and it shows tribal cultural in a rather easy way to understand. It's also very visually appealing on a flagpole. The CSKT does not need a new flag. It's perfectly fine the way it currently is. The current flag holds a lot of history with the tribe, so why change it? Sincerely, Damien the Moose.
Yashoda Belisha, Gracie Beth Bell. Hello, I'm Gracie Beth Bell. I'm a senior at Two Eagle River School. I am Upsalagat. Although I am not from here, I have been here. I have been here for a year. I have a couple opinions about the new flag. I think that the new flag proposal is amazing, but I would consider keeping the mountains in the back because when I first moved here, I loved them. The mountains are what some people come here for, but I like how they included the Kootenai chief in the blue one. Representing who you are is great. Although I like the blue one, I believe that the red one should stay because the flag has represented the CSKT tribes for years. It represents who they are, where they come from, and so on and so forth. But I do have a couple of questions. Why propose a new flag now? Why do you want a new flag? What do the three lines on the side represent, and what is your fear about the public's opinion? Sincerely, Gracie Beth Bell. Dear CSKT Tribal Council, I'm reading Trinka I don't know how to say your last name. My name is Trinka and I'm Salish, Kootenai, and Blackfeet. I'm currently attending Two Eagle River School. I would like to give my feedback on the recent changes of the CSKT flag. In my opinion, I would keep the original flag because it has more details and colors to it than the new flag. Another reason is I like the red flag more than the blue because we already have plenty of blue flags. I want to know the significance of the lines on the new flag, and I would like to know why there's only one chief on of one tribe, and not other chiefs included. Overall, I find the original flag more meaningful to the tribe. If it has to be changed, hold a contest, keep the original as an entry, and let our people vote. Sincerely, Trinka. I will be reading Jasper McGreevy. My name is Jasper. I am 16 years old, attending Two Eagle River School as a junior. I am Salish, Kootenai, Navajo, and Ojibwe. I had recently heard that they were going to switch the old CSKT flag to a new one. That's why I'm writing my opinion to you in regards to persuade you not to change or alter the newer design. Firstly, I just want to say it's an honor to be in the position to be able to write to CSKT Tribal Council and have a say in our cultural future. I think it's very important to talk about stuff like this and not go out on our own decisions. Thank you again for being able to have your attention. I'm writing this because it's an assignment, and this is a way to voice my opinion to you. Honestly, I think the red CSKT flag shouldn't be changed to the new one. The new flag looks retro and more modern. I think rather we should hold an art contest and people of all ages should be able to submit their work. Thank you for considering my ideas. Sincerely, Jasper.
Well, thank you all for that. It's good to hear your voices. Anything from other council? Go ahead, Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. I want to thank the Two Eagle River staff for always bringing the students in to engage us. That's extremely important and powerful that we continue to have the youth to come in here and address not only this, not the flag issue, but any kind of issue that you guys are discussing in class. Take the time to get on the schedule and come in and engage us, challenge us. We need more conversations with the youth. You guys, this is a good experience for you all, for able to come in front of us and present your point of view. And I think we need to start doing that more often. But I just want to thank each and every one of you for being courageous and brave and coming in front of us and doing what you're doing today, because it's a very powerful event. So thank you all.
Good, Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you for your opinions, because we really do hear those. And it's important to be engaged in tribal government. Thank you for your teachers for bringing you here. That was a really great thing that they did, because all of you belong in places where important decisions are being made. All of you belong in places like that. And when you're in a position of leader, there's a difference between being a leader and a politician. When you're a leader, you work for the people, and the people are up here and the leadership is down here. And the leadership are servants of the people. And politicians are going to say things for themselves to get ahead. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. And when people are nice and they always tell you what you want to hear, that's toxic. That means they're lying. And and if somebody is working for the people and they're trying to do the right thing, that means sometimes they're going to tell you things you don't want to hear, but they're going to hear everything that you have to say without interrupting, because that's what a leader does. So by coming here and giving us your opinions, you're helping us do our jobs better, because that's what we do. We represent we represent our people, and we work hard for our people, because that's what a leader is supposed to do. And I hope that someday, that you guys, if you don't already, see yourselves as leaders. And being a leader means serving other people. So thank you all for coming here, and I hope you have a good rest of the school year. Thank you.
Got James Steele online and then Jimmy. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sorry, I'm not there. I've got some kind of bug going on. But thank you all. Lemlemsh and Husul Kukni, all of you that have come today and give your opinions, all of the students from our tribes here and other tribes. And I was going to tell the folks there that I have like 2 or 3 VHS tapes from Intertribal Youth Practicum from the 1980s. Maybe I can consult with Rob to see how we might be able to get those on in a digital format somehow, and be able to share that with the class there and turn that over to you all to look at. What the Intertribal Youth Practicum was back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and I think part of the 90s it was like boys, girls state, like they do go to Helena and learn about state government, but all the different tribes in Montana would send young people to the Intertribal Youth Practicum every summer, and we would learn about the tribal governments of the different reservations. And I was a part of that for a few years. We went to Rocky Boy, we went to Fort Belknap, I think, and Crow, I think, one time, and then we added a Flathead a number of times. So I would like to share that with the class or with the folks there, but we got to figure out how to get VHS that no longer exists onto a digital format. So if anyone has a way to do that, that'd be great.
Thank you, James. Jimmy?
Yeah, welcome. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for coming here. Two Eagle means a lot to me. I've been around Two Eagle for a lot of years. My grandkids went to school there. I have some good friends that still work there. Good to see you all. And like Councilman Tutu said, keep coming back. Keep coming back and be involved and see what happens in this, what we do up here. So much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Tom?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's great having you here. I can't tell you how I appreciate listening to every one of you and everybody's comments. I want to thank Jamie and Arlene for being the outstanding faculty for Tuga River School. And having you here demonstrates you're at a good school. But what a learning environment to take a look at that flag. You know, what do flags mean? And the art in the flag, the symbolism of the flag, the history of the people behind the flag. These are all teachable moments as far as just studying the flag and what does it mean? And how would you make a new flag if it was your charge to do that? But it's just fantastic to be thinking about that, and because you're learning so many different things, you know, from the art of the flag to history of the people to, you know, what is the tribal constitution? What does it say? What does the treaty of these tribes say? And it's just fantastic. The origin of this is simply that we have three tribes here. And the Gillespie or Upper Pend Oreille have always said, why aren't we listed? And so we started that a few years ago, putting that on the seal, putting it on our letterhead. And the last thing was to add that to this flag. So it started just putting the title. Let's put Gillespie on the flag. And that evolved into looking at it and different options for it and putting together different proposals. And so that's how we ended up where we are today. But it could be just as simple as that we keep the same flag and we just add the other tribe that's been missing from the tribal flag. And I don't know what the outcome will be, but certainly that's the minimum that you could expect from the outcome. And so I appreciate all of your comments because they're all really good. And you're thinking about it. You're thinking about the future and how you would be represented as a Native people. So appreciate everything you're doing. So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Tom. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, thank you guys. Your opinions are important, so we really appreciate you coming in. Thanks J3 and Arlene for getting these kids where they need to be here. You guys are our future leaders. So being here in this room, that courage and strength to speak in front of everybody, it's a difficult thing. So stay courageous, and your opinion matters. This is helping us make decisions for the future of that flag. So thank you for your feedback.
Go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. I'm not going to repeat what anyone else said. This is an election season for tribal council, so if you guys really want to be involved, you can follow the election. I know, well, I'm assuming that you guys will have a forum at the school, so all you guys can participate in that. You get to learn a lot, develop some really great questions, and honestly, I've been through a few of them, and they're all literally the best forums that happen on the reservations during the election season. So look forward to that, and thank you guys all for coming.
Anything else, Jamie? Well, thank you and Arlene and all of the students for coming, giving your opinions. And yes, we look forward to seeing all the letters. You said 64? Madame Specia. Okay.
Can we go into executive? Greg wanted to talk with you guys.
Are we have Stephen with just a thank you? We could do that in open. Morning, Stephen. Come on up.
Good morning. I've been here to see you guys for a while.
Huh? Hello? Is that good? All right. Been trying to get in here to see you guys. I just wanted to personally thank you guys for approving my wages for 2026. That's amazing. So it's more than approving my wages, right? It's you guys are helping create a space and opportunity for people to save lives. I just want to kind of let you guys know that it's allowing me to be there to help. Like, we collectively are saving lives, literally. We've sent so many people to treatment, and we were just talking with a couple of people that we pulled from next door yesterday, and I was like, man, that house is gonna be empty pretty soon. You guys ain't gonna have nobody hang out there anymore. You know, I think we probably sent 15 people off treatment in the last 2.5 weeks. Just from Pablo, from the street of Pablo, Montana, that have been roaming and hanging out and using and drinking, right? And so, I mean, like, literally saving lives every day. And so, like, that's huge. Like, I can relax for 2026. I can be okay. But you know, so I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, it was bigger than just wages. I have a little bit of a presentation I'd like to show you real quick. Levi, can he plug into something?
We won't be able to. I can, if you give me the jump drive, I'd be able to help you there with that.
There's
but-
no drive.
Yeah, no, can't.
Okay.
So you gotta make a jump drive.
You know that. Come back and I could probably screen share through a Zoom link. Yeah.
Can you do that real quick?
That is an opportunity, yeah. It's been a minute since I've been on Zoom. Let me figure out how to go about that. So if you want to send me an invite, I could go ahead and open that up and then screen share that. That won't be a problem. Thank you.
Go ahead, Len.
While we're trying to figure that out, I just wanted to make a comment to Stephen and the NARS group. You guys have made a difference. You've certainly made a difference in our community, and we're so grateful. You know, addiction and mental health issues has been one of our top initiatives to address. And you know, just watching you guys from the outside on all the work that you've done. See, I've talked to a lot of people that have been involved in your program and how you turn their lives around, how you save their lives. And yeah, it's just incredible. And we're so grateful for the NARS program, and we need to start showing more support. And this is just a start.
Thank you.
This
Appreciate
is
it.
just a start. And but I just wanted to let you know, you guys need to hear it. You need to hear it from the leadership. You guys do make a difference.
It means a lot. Huge.
So thank you for the work that you guys do.
Thank you. Yeah, it's you know, it's a proven program to work. I mean, it's, you know, people have come in and moved out and their lives are doing good. We got that new 3.3 we started with four of our units, which is the mental health side. So now we got one piece that's clinical that can run the mental health. So like we're growing, we're getting bigger. Yeah, somewhere we don't have is for our mental health, for people with mental health challenges to go to, what we do right now. I mean, it's not very many beds, but it's a start. So.
So I've asked to join the meeting. It comes underneath my drone business.
Recording in progress.
Let me take this here. Let's see. Share.
These are things you guys helped provide us to be able to do, like the float trip, you know? That was huge.
So Stephen, you could go ahead and explain this. This is
The first float trip, right?
This is the combination of the powwow, the float trip, community members coming together, our garden, a drop-in center in which you offer the community.
Yeah.
So that's this first one. I don't know if the audio will play through the Zoom. I don't think it is. So let me just undo that. Buffering a little bit there. It seems like there's more of a delay in the Zoom link than there is off the computer. So
You got your volume turned up?
yeah, it's all the way up. So I'm not sure why it's buffering.
Oh, there you go. Turn it up all
So obviously you can see the difference in that.
Yeah.
So there's a delay in your Zoom link, so I apologize. I thought that we were gonna be able to HDMI to the computer there. So I don't know if you wanna do this or not, Stephen.
We'll just put a drive
think
together,
so.
jump drive together. Huh? You guys be able to see it? Okay, yeah, good.
It's not delayed on your end? Okay, can they? Okay. So just a combination of, like Steven said, it's just community members within our recovery community, both out of our recovery community, tribal members and non-tribal members. I mean, we recover together in a community and recover out loud. I think that's the biggest part of finding recovery with NARS. I just celebrated 3 years. Steven's been a big support for me to come into the community. The difference that I've seen in this community is it's a family, it's relation, it's growing up here and using with you know everybody in our community. So to find recovery has been a huge benefit going forward. And I think if you come to the drop-in center, if any one of y'all feel you know you want to visit it, you'll see there's a mixed crowd of different people. And you know, we celebrate recovery in all facets of life and cultural and belief. And I think that's a big part of how we all came together, created a community garden. We harvested it out of the garden, out of the raised bed, and we created dishes. And we fed our community and we fed other people that just kind of dropped in. This year going forward, we're looking at starting a canning program and trying to figure out how we can learn to kind of can. We have a lot of community members that like to, you know, put their knowledge and stuff like that and want to do fundraisers for our community for some events going forward. And so I think that's another big asset. I apologize about the delay. We didn't know if we could HDMI again. Next time we'll bring in a flash drive. But you guys honored us with a float trip. You guys allowed us to not have to pay a conservation fee for that. We had, how many members, Stephen, do you think that was on that trip?
They're like 50.
About 50 community members, both tribal and non, but it was a good place where we, as growing up in this environment, we usually go to those locations and we've drank and we've partied and we've used. This was an opportunity to go together and just do it clean and do it sober and make good memories. And you know, if this was open to the community in respects of recoveries. So no alcohol and no drugs or any of that stuff. And so we had kids, we had family members that's never floated the river before. You know, it was a safe environment. They knew that the shuttle was gonna be provided. They didn't have to worry about getting stranded out at the beautiful Flathead River here. And so I think that's the biggest thing there that we had. That was a benefit. We have 2 other videos. I don't know if that's something you guys want to see. They're short. They're late. We had a firework, 4th of July celebration. And again, another float. But I'll leave that up to Stephen and you guys. So this is our 4th of July celebration. I don't know if it's still on screen share. Are you guys able to see the screen? I think you guys have control of it. It has to come back to me if I was gonna share that. So I know now going forward, if with support of Stephen and some of the other members here within the community, I'll put together a flash drive. I think it's some of our members in the community being tribal has that intimidation with authority and intimidation with probation, parole, council, management and stuff like that, that they want to have them, they do like to voice their heartfelt, message. And, you know, and being able to take video and record them in a video to message thing, I think that's good that we could share that within this community. And so going forward, we'll make sure to put together a flash drive or something like that.
Agenda for next time too, so.
So we'll just wait
Yeah.
and then we'll just kind of go forward.
Yeah,
from there.
we'll put a better one together. I'll get it on the agenda for next time, so. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for
guys
coming
very
in
much.
today. Jennifer?
Thank you for coming in and thank you for the work that you do. And I know that from some of my previous jobs that I had, one of the most important things that you can do to negate the effects of trauma is to create positive connections. And you guys have just done that in a really magical way. You've helped people create connections. And I know that when people make mistakes sometimes and go down a path that's not good for them, sometimes they feel a lot of shame for that. And they think that there's no hope for them and they can't come back from it. And you guys have given people hope. And hope is one of the most powerful things that you can give a person. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys. So we're in executive for the next one. We will go out of regular into executive.
You get an assistant, an assistant court administrator to help, be a backup person for Abby Dupuy. And so I do have, I did email to Jen a proposal for a contract, a part-time contract and a resolution for that to enter into contract with J Blue Arley. And I hope you have those documents, and I do have proposed signed contracts that were signed by him. Agreeable with this. We do need a backup person for Abby. The work fluctuates. Every week is different for the appellate court. So it depends on how many filings are happening. So sometimes the work is less and sometimes the work is more. And if Ms. Dupuy does need to have, take a leave or a PTO for a day, I mean, I think it's a very smart decision to have someone who can fill in when she needs to take time off.
Questions about a appellate court assistant administrator? Danielle?
I have no issue with Jay Blue taking this, but is it going to interfere with his current position? That's the only thing that I'm a little worried.
Well, I know he does have a full-time position and actually, I think that's a benefit. That is a positive because Abby and I were looking for someone who is that in that position, having a full-time job, and the contract is contingent on him keeping his full-time job, and that he would fill in for Abby occasionally. So he did tell me that this morning to make sure I know that he does work there full-time. And so we're understanding of that.
Jennifer?
As his immediate supervisor, I am okay with this. Him and I discussed it, so it's okay with me.
Gordon?
I probably need to provide something like that in writing, right?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in writing, but also it needs to be on your guys' org chart. And it's not on their org chart, so it's gonna have to wait until you guys make the changes on the org chart to add that position, unless Abby knows if it's already on there or not.
I've never seen it.
Okay. I don't, whatever I need to do to make sure that that happens,
We probably should handle the org chart first. Then
okay.
move forward with the contract.
It
Once that
does
is input.
say in our CSKT laws codified, the Court of Appeals, that there is an office of appellate administrator comprised of an appellate administrator and such other personnel as may from time to time be approved by the tribal council in connection with its approval of the court's budget. And it is consistent with what would work with the budget. And so whatever else I need to do to achieve this goal that I have wanted.
Well, we'll work on the org chart.
Thank you.
Tom?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yeah, that's the process will be the org chart first, and then because he's a full-time employee, that also requires council action. So
Thank
to
you.
have two jobs,
Thank you.
so you have two council actions.
Thank you. Okay. We move on along to a request that I have also had as a goal is to for our 4 associate justices to make their contracts be consistent with what is allowed in the budget. And so I did make a request for modification to judicial contract for each of the 4 justices. Robert McDonald, Gregory Dupuy, James Taylor, and Daniel Tenenbaum. And each of these 4 individuals have been on the appellate court for a number of years, longer than I've been there. And I really appreciate their hard work on the appellate court cases. And since we are getting close to a new fiscal year, I thought that this would be a great opportunity for me to present these and make a request to modify their judicial contract, just in that one area of what's consistent with their budget.
Jennifer?
Yeah, she'll probably have to see budgets, Ruth, we need to go through that portion of it first, the increase, but she still has time before the fiscal year starts. She still has time before the fiscal year starts to check it.
That's true. Does council have any questions, sir? So I guess the recommendation is to visit with Ruth about the budget and get a resolution to us about you're looking at increasing the compensation in all these 4 judges.
Yes.
Justices positions.
Yes, sir. Okay, I can check with Ruth. I mean, it is consistent with already what's been approved for the budget. But I can, this is my goal, so whatever I need to do to reach that.
Questions? Well, we will expect that.
Thank you. Finally, if we can move on to my last request is very simple. So as an attorney, I have to remain in good standing with the Montana State Bar, and I have to complete at least 15 hours every year of continuing legal education. And I've done that. Several of the trainings I did were free in Missoula regarding tribal courts. I did attend one training that cost $270. That was April 11th of this year, called the Bench and Bar CLE, presented by the Montana Bar Association, and I attended it all day. It was available in person or Zoom. I did Zoom, and I received 7 credits for that. And my contract for appellate court requires council approval to pay any trainings that I go to. So the $270, it does allowable within this year's budget. So Abby had said that I did try in the spring to get approval, but I never received it. So since I'm here, I will ask you to approve, just a verbal approval or yes or no of $270 that would recompensate me for that.
Questions? Question? Oh, go ahead.
Motion to approve the 7 credit, or executive, sorry.
Martin took us out of executive and we made a couple actions.
Motion to approve the reimbursement, or is it reimbursement, Kelly?
Yes, sir.
To Kelly for the required courses for continuing law.
Education.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ongoing education. So the 7 credit course.
Motion by Tom, second by Jennifer to approve the compensation for the 7 credit CLE that Kelly attended. All in favor? Unanimous? Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. Lunch, Husuk Cook me. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Well, you might as well not sit back down over there, Corky. Come on up. Morning.
We are here today to get some JEs approved for FY25. So I'm just here, we're here for that. And Greg was going to try to be here, but we had had this reviewed by the JEs reviewed by contracts and grants. Charlene reviewed these and so approved them. And so that's why we're here to get these approved for FY25. Yes. Oh, okay. I don't know if you want to do these individually or just one lump sum. We do have all the backup. It just wasn't put into the email here. And I did bring staff in if there was any questions on any of the JEs.
Got 25 JEs here. Go ahead, Lynn.
Yeah, explain the process to us. What are we approving here and why are we approving these?
Some of these JEs were just put into a wrong line item. And so they were just taken out of a line item or in a wrong budget. So they were put into the correct budget. So now they are in a correct budget to where they were supposed to have been at.
Okay.
I'll explain a little.
Okay. He's more of a financial person than I am.
All right.
So we only have 30 days to make sure all of our JEs are submitted. Some of these these are past the 30 days. So these are ones that were charged to close accounts that we no longer review or anything. And so Ruth sent us a a stack of journal entries saying, hey, these were charged to these accounts. And then Charlene sent us some that were charged to close accounts. So these are making the corrections. They're just outdated from the time that we are allowed to do our journal entries. So that's why we're coming here today to request that you approve us so we can get them processed.
Okay, so that doesn't affect the budgets in no way.
No. So some of the budgets end like in March 30th because they're odd state.
Yeah.
Could be that where they ended early. We didn't catch it, so they were charged to that account. That account number was moved to a new account number. And the state funding is yearly. We get a new account number. And so sometimes these are put into the wrong account. Now we're just J-ing them out, put them into the correct account.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? These journal entries have to happen, so we need a motion. Motion by Martin. Get a second. Len? Second by Len to approve the journal entries. All in favor? We're unanimous.
Okay, thank you.
I hope we have less than 25 next time.
Yes, and so what the plan is we are gonna do these monthly. We were, and I wasn't told, but beforehand, they were said to get 5 of these to bring in, and so we waited and waited, but now we're gonna do them on a monthly JE's list, and so these will be corrected earlier for the month instead of waiting until the end of the year. So that's how we're gonna do it from now on. But just come in and take care of the ones that we have in place where October will be done in November. So this way, we won't have a list like this.
Just make the right entry. Go ahead, Martin.
Thank
We're
you.
working on that too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and good luck.
Oh,
Good luck for your closeout this year. This is,
Yeah.
I still get anxiety this time of year for closeouts and hearing Charlene's name even more, so.
thank you, guys.
Thank you, Corky. Karen.
John Wheeler's on Zoom.
Morning, John.
Morning. I have David Joseph here. I'd like to introduce him. He's been with Tribal Health for 2 years. He's working as the behavioral health grants manager, and we're trying to get a resolution through, and I'll have him turn it over to him.
Good morning. We're looking for a resolution to purchase some capital equipment. What we're looking to buy are 4 vehicles for behavioral health providers. We do have the funding approved. We have a notice of award for the purchase of 4 vehicles. So that's what we're seeking, is a resolution to purchase those.
Any questions for Mr. Joseph? Go ahead, Tom.
Now, are these vehicles for transporting your clients, or is this just vehicles for employees to go places?
Yeah, it's they're for our staff to use. So part of the Reason to Live Native team will use them, and then our behavioral health providers. We've increased the number of employees over the last 2 years, and currently we only have 2 vehicles for roughly 34 employees. So we do have some new MOUs with all the school districts where we're doing behavioral health in the schools. So that's primarily what the vehicles will be used for, is for that travel.
Go ahead, Tom.
We have a, one of our initiatives for the Tribal Council is trying to reduce our carbon footprint. So could you describe what the vehicle motor types are?
Yes, 2 of them will be Ford Explorers, and then the other 2 will be hybrid vehicles. We're looking at 2 Ford Maverick trucks that are fairly fuel efficient. I think they're around 45 to 48 miles per gallon.
Follow up. So if it's just a vehicle to shuttle employees, why do you need such big vehicles?
The trucks are going to be for the Reason to Live Native team when we go out and haul equipment for events that we set up. And then the Explorers they were just chosen because we're looking for something that we could use in the winter when the weather's not good. We have some grant funding to do outreach out in Hot Springs and Dixon. We're seeking some other grant funding, state funding for doing that work.
Follow up, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Don.
So I just purchased a all-wheel drive SUV that's a hybrid. That would be just as good as any Explorer you might be buying. So I'm just wondering why would you buy anything that wasn't a hybrid?
We could still look at doing that with a hybrid. Dr. Fox and I were going to go and kind of look at the vehicles and test drive them. The best option for the trucks were the Ford Mavericks just because of the fuel efficiency, and they are hybrid. But we certainly could look at doing, a hybrid Explorer as well.
Yeah, given the additional weight of the battery and the motor, I think actually hybrids are preferable for winter driving if it's all-wheel drive over something that's not.
Okay, yeah, we could look at doing that.
James, go ahead.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I make a motion to approve the resolution.
Motion by James to approve the purchase of 4 vehicles. Second by Danielle. All in favor? You in there, Tom? We're unanimous with Martin is out of the room. Oh, Martin's on Zoom. Oh, good. We're unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Great.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Yep, thank you for your time.
We also have Dana on Zoom.
Morning, Dana.
Oops, good morning.
Go ahead.
I am here just to request yeah, there we go. Reach grant spending authority request. We are, I did send in a award letter for our reach grant, and we're just waiting for that, those funds to get here. It takes a while, so as October 1 comes, we'll need the authority to spend on that monies. The other one was already taken care of. That's on this request. This was taken care of on Tuesday. There we go. So that's the grant, the MSU's grant, and we get about $107,000 per annual year. And we're not going into our 3rd year of this grant cycle. And she's thinking it'd probably be about sometime in November when they get their award.
What's your request to council?
Spending authority because we haven't received the funds yet. This is their notice of award.
I didn't understand everything you said there.
So this is the REACH grant, is that we're a subcontract, sub-awardee
Right.
REACH grant. And MSU received the notice of award, which is, I think, the last attachment. Disregard the stuff in the middle. I almost had to re-request what I did on Tuesday, but that has been fixed. So I'm just looking for spending authority approval on the REACH grant.
Pending approval on the REACH grant for the 3rd year.
Spending authority, yes.
Motion by Len. Second by Jimmy to approve spending the REACH grant for this 3rd year. All in favor? We're unanimous.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dana.
Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Chairman, can we do Janet's really quick and then do a break? That'll give me a
We
chance to
can.
get SKC here.
Morning, Velda. Janet.
Good morning.
Can I share my screen?
Go ahead, Janet.
I can share my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I had to slightly modify our agenda request due to a meeting yesterday that we had on site at the meat processing plant. So our initial request was for an $8,538.75 change order to remediate the soil instability for the parking lot at the meat processing plant. But after further review by our geotechnical engineers and the other engineers, they are recommending a much more expensive improvement to the subgrade. They're saying that we're going to end up having a lot of potholes because of the amount of clay and high water table at that site. And they had not calculated the second parking area. And I want to show you a map real quick here so you can see. So their initial calculation was for a less expensive solution for fixing the subgrade just for this parking area. But now what they're doing is proposing an additional change order to upgrade their initial solution for the soil stabilization here, as well as this entire area. This is all going to be paved. And we said in our environmental document, we would pave everything because of dust, and we wanted to keep the dust down in the city of Ronan. So in addition to that change order of $8,538.75, there will be a $36,800 cost for the design change, plus up to $32,050 for the additional 1.5-inch clean gravel chips. And you can kind of see that over 506 tons will be needed at $63.25 a ton, which is quite a bit more expensive than the less than what they initially proposed, because they thought that their first proposal would fix it and it didn't. So anyway, Dewar is experiencing similar issues with the soils at their site, so we're not alone. But we're going to require a contract modification to adjust the total contract amount to $3,196,385. So what I'm requesting today is to increase the amount to be paid to Camas Creek by $77,388.75 for a total contract of amount of up to $3,196,385. One thing I wanted to add is that if that full amount of gravel is not needed, they will not charge us for it. This is up to $3,196,385. They tried to calculate the amount as best as they could, given the square footage of the area that needs to be remediated. We do have the money in the budget. Thankfully, we had contingencies in our budget for construction, so there's not going to be a problem with needing additional funding. So if I could just get action to increase the contract amount, I would really appreciate it.
Motion by Tom to approve the modification. Second by Jennifer. All in favor? We are unanimous with Danielle out of the room.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll see you later.
Yep. See you later, Velda. We will take a 10-minute break.
Well, 15 if we want to sing happy birthday to Tom for his birthday yesterday, and he has a cake in the back.
15-minute break. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. This is us, shall we? Morning, Michael. Tony. Come on up. Just said good morning. Just said good morning.
Okay. So hi everyone on this side of the room. How's it going?
We're leaning left or leaning right, depends on how your perspective is.
I guess that's true. Well, it's really good to be here with you today. Thank you so much. This is a fairly informal conversation, just a couple of things that have come up and we'd like to share and see if we can have your feedback on a little bit and go from there. So thank you for the time. The first is that we would like to extend an invitation. We're a little late because the year started late, but we'd like to extend an invitation to Founders Week this week. We're excited about Founders Week. President DePoe began Founders Week when he was with us. And the idea of it was to really take the time to honor the founders of SKC and to kind of have a homecoming, a celebration of who we are, what SKC is, what our foundations are, and to think about how we would like to move forward into the future. And so we have revitalized that last year. We had it again last year. We kind of stopped because of COVID, and then last year we started again. And so the dates for that will be October 26th through through October 31st, excuse me. And the last day, October 31st, is the day that all of our board can be there. So that is the day that there will be an inauguration, which makes me a little nervous, but it's exciting. So I'm on the 31st, which is Halloween, which is kind of an interesting day to have inauguration. But we're talking about doing some exciting events. We just had our Founders Day meeting this morning, and so this is quite new. It's not official yet, nothing is official, but more information will be coming. We are thinking about doing a celebration, set of social dances and/or round dances that evening. Possibly, this is all tentative, but definitely we'll be inviting the whole community to come in and share a meal with us that evening. And then we're going to do some special stuff, a special honoring for our future bison and the future leaders of our people. So really kind of support our children in that also and look to them as our future. So that's kind of my hope, is to invite community in, come back together as our SKC and CSKT people. So any ideas, thoughts, anything you'd like to see or cautions? I should have had you introduce yourself, but we will get there. Hang on just a minute because I messed it up. Do you have any thoughts or ideas? Okay, so just so you know, coming. We'll send out more information. I'm quite excited about that. The real reason that we came and scheduled time today was to introduce the Tech Hub project, and that's why Tony is here. And so I'll let him introduce this and himself.
I think most of you know me, but I'm Tony Berthelot, and I'm Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs at the college. And I have invited Ava Arust here as well, but she's actually in a Tech Hub meeting right now, and so hopefully she'll be able to join us. But if not, it's okay, I can do this. I'm the PI on the Headwaters Tech Hub, which should not be confused with the other 6 or 8 other Headwaters projects that are all out there that we seem to be getting confused with. So Headwaters, in short, it started out as a thing that Senator Tester initiated and he was working on when he was in office. And there's many hubs throughout the nation. We had 4 or 5 of them that came to Bozeman. It was about a week ago. We had a symposium, but not all of them are around the same thing. So one of them might be around biochemical and one of them might be around energy. And, ours happens to be around optics, fiber optics, or not fiber optics, but like drones and sensors. So everything from your smoke detectors to automated cars, you know, driving themselves and how they can sense the road with LiDAR to what you might put on the drone, or even the tribe has a ton of LiDAR data. And so those are the types of things that the hub in Montana is associated with. Originally, it started out as a $71 million proposal. It went to the Department of Commerce, EDA. It came back, they funded about 42 million, 41 million, somewhere in there. Of that, SKC received $8 million. We had to do a match, a 10% match, so some of that is coming directly from us. So from them is about 7.2 million. Our role in this is different, and there are 5 component projects. We're one of the component projects. Some of them are doing venture capitalism. Some of them are doing increasing the tech ecosystem. So people are actually building drones and building sensors. University of Montana happens to be doing something where they're doing test beds. So people that want to put a package or a sensor on a drone and see if it will work in an extreme environment, they will fly them or remote control them or do something down in mines in Butte or at Lubrecht Experimental Forest. So there's lots of different extreme terrains in Montana. And so people come here and they put their packages on drones, and then we try to see what will work and what won't work, right? Some of this goes into national security and defense and so forth. SKC's role is really not a lot of that, all right? Even though tomorrow we do have a drone applications workshop that's going on at SKC. Maybe you've seen the flyers. I think we have about 40 people coming to that. And then we're putting on a drone 101 kind of flight camp thing, certification that's happening on Saturday as well. We do have some drone stuff that goes in the Boys and Girls Club, some other things that are happening, but our primary focus is on building the STEM workforce that Montana is going to need if we want to drive an ecosystem in Montana. So our part is not to actually build sensors or test sensors or do anything with sensors. It's to engage our youth and make pathways from middle school to high school through our certification programs or associates, bachelors, and on, and then feed them into other industry or employment. So there's lots of different things that we have been working on. The bike camp that Polly Dupuy was doing was one of the things. We had an engineering camp this summer. We've done kind of math and science camps. It's just a plethora of things. And if Ava were here, she could talk a lot more about that. She manages the program primarily. So that's the gist of it. But why are we here? The regional innovation officer that runs the entire state, he used to work for NSF EPSCoR, and he used to work for the NSF Teacup program. And then he worked in Senator Tester's office. His name is Tim Van Rankin. He's actually housed out of or lives in Washington, D.C., though he spends a lot of his time now in Montana. He is going to be here the week of November 6th. So because he's going to be here that week, we would like to get on the council agenda for November 6th so that he can introduce himself, the other Tech Hub projects. He'll give you a more formalized presentation than what I'm doing today. A backup would be the 13th if we cannot get on the 6th agenda, but he would have to fly back from DC if that happens. So it's more convenient for him if it's on the 6th. So we're asking if we can get on that agenda, and we will put that request in today. We haven't put it in today. We wanted to talk with you first. At the same time, we received this award a year ago, October 1. So we're ending the first year. The first year was mainly a planning year. We're hiring personnel. We're doing things. We're ramping up. We've had a few of these camps. We're trying to figure out what we can do. We've already had one budget adjustment because things just didn't work the way we wanted them to work. So now that we're approaching the end of the first year, we kind of know where we're going and what we're doing and how we're integrating with the other component projects in the state. And the reservation, yes, and the schools and so forth. We would like to roll out a media release probably on the same day, and you would be invited to that as well. But we would do that probably at SKC. I don't know if it'll be in the boardroom or what. We haven't actually got to the details of this. Maybe invite some of the media up so that we could talk about our role in it, and the role in the state, and just kind of roll it out. So one is coming here to talk to you about what we're doing and how we're doing it, how we integrate. And the other one would be to just roll it out to the broader community. So that's our plan. That's what we would like to do. And we just wanted to come discuss that with you and see what the options were for November 6th or some other date.
James, you had your hand up.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I support support the effort and the request, but I had a separate question. You know, at times we have the opportunity to host different conferences and such. And I was wondering, I know Lynn, myself, and I think Tom were asked or approached by the Indigenous Transboundary Mining Conference that we probably be hosting next year. So I just wanted to know what the process might be to kind of talk with the college about hosting some of that or helping us host part of that or some of that. Thanks.
Lemleps James. Lonnie Grant is our planning coordinator. She's fantastic. Her degree is in planning. And so between her and connecting with her and I, she's also my executive assistant. And so we work very closely. She makes sure that I can help out in whatever way that is necessary there. And she knows all of our facilities inside and out and what's scheduled in those facilities. So probably the sooner the better we can begin having those conversations. That would be fabulous.
Can I just say, we have a new classroom building that's being constructed, and we're hoping to have a cafeteria in there. That's what we're doing. It'll have a cafeteria and then it could support up to like 120, 150 people in that one room in one half of the building. We anticipate that half of the building right now, if everything goes right, and you guys know what constructions are like and delays and whatnot, but assuming everything goes okay, we're hoping to have at least that half of the building that has the cafeteria and be able to host that number of people ready by next fall, I think. Yeah. And so when you say next year, if it's March or April, that space would not be available. But if it's going into next fall, this time next year, then that might be. So depending upon the dates, it could be the gym or the Sherry, or we have the Robert Depot building as well that can host a large number of people. So, but Lonnie knows all of that, what buildings have what equipment and facilities and accommodations. So, and it depends on the date, of course.
Well, come sit with them, Eva. Come up and sit.
Come on, Eva.
She came in just after I stopped talking about everything I needed her for, right?
Here to support. Another exciting part of Tech Hub that we haven't begun yet is the Indigenous mentorship aspect of it. They have started it in essence by working with middle schoolers and young people and having the tech grant or the tech camps, excuse me, that came out wrong. But the other piece is a concentrated effort on connecting youth who are interested in STEM fields, especially those that are directly related to our CSKT tribal resources and our STEM fields here, connecting youth who are interested with the appropriate person who works here at the tribe, if they are able and willing to do that. And ideally, it would help build a bridge to not only nurture their gifts and the things they're excited about, but then help them transition into CTE and workforce development programs that we have to support that are connected to the Tech Hub. And then ideally, they could do internships. We're talking with James Bible about internship and apprentice programs and having conversations with DLI that these guys don't know I had yesterday. And there's a lot coming. It's starting. We've been working on it for a couple of years, actually. It's not there yet, but we're working on it. So hopefully that will be rolling out here shortly.
And I would say, excuse me, Michael, didn't mean to interrupt. I would say that one of the main focuses of our Tech Hub component project was the intentionality of trying to build pathways from middle school and up. We realized that we've had different workforce programs, different certifications, different STEM initiatives, even these camps that I've talked about, but they have champions and they're islands and they're not really connected throughout the entire system. So somebody in middle school can say, this is the path that I need to get to this destination or this employment. And so purposefully trying to build those pathways and inspire youth younger so that they realize that they can have a STEM identity and they can see themselves as STEM professionals. And what does that mean? And one example, you guys know I'm a hydrologist by trade. That's my discipline, is hydrogeophysics. But if you go to a middle school and you say, do you want to be a hydrologist? They don't even know what that is half the time. But if you say, do you want to be a forester? They know exactly what that is because they can vision themselves cutting trees or managing trees or doing what they need to do. So we have a lot of work to do to inspire youth and let them know even what the opportunities are. And that's part of what this is about, is because they're never going to have a workforce in the state unless we're building them from the ground up.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, James.
You know, Tony, you could go to Congress and half of them wouldn't know what a hydrologist is either. So that's not shocking.
It's funny you say that, James, because I was actually in Zinke's office like last year, and we won't say, but he was complaining about how the tribe was operating the lake because all of his friends' boats couldn't get in the lake and it was down too low. And he was saying his dad was a plumber. And it's very easy to control these things because you just have a valve in and a drain and it's two controls and it was that easy. And that was the analogy or metaphor that he gave me. And it was everything I could do to not educate him. So let's leave it at that.
Why didn't you educate him?
I was in mixed company and I wasn't going to go there.
Tom, you were looking to have a question.
Just thank you, Mr. Chair. Just reflecting back on James's question about hosting the next transboundary mining symposium. I don't know what the head count was up there, Len. Probably under 100. Yeah. That's good to bring it up that the college would be a good venue because I'm not sure exactly at Quatecnuck they're planning on rebooting their whole conference area once they make the move into the new building.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure we could even, depending on the timing, it's a midsummer to fall, usually when the annual conference is. But the dates haven't been set yet, as far as I know.
And
we do host one large conference in the summer, the TCU conference. It's usually in July, right between some powwows that we have. So depending upon the timing, I think that timing actually does work for us as long as it's not conflicting with that. That's the one big event that I think we have in that late summer, early fall. We don't really have anything else going on at that time. So it might work out well.
And even if we didn't have the classroom building available yet, it would still be, we would still have space. That's great. I actually had just texted James thinking James was the coordinator. So this is great to continue the conversation. I wonder also if I obviously can't say anything for sure. I have to talk with the team about it, but maybe we could prioritize like the cafeteria or work with some of our caterers if the cafeteria isn't quite built yet all the way. It's not finished. So we'll be able to figure it out. We do things quite often. So yeah, that would be great. That is another area that is up for conversation. We have become, our facilities are highly sought after, it seems, for hosting events. And we are just as a source of communication, we are needing to take a look at how we can continue to sustain those efforts because we know they're necessary in our area. The cost of doing that is becoming more and more expensive, especially because we're so short-staffed. And so just so you know, we will be kind of looking at what our charges need to be now and how the new construction will help with that or whatever. But that will be a conversation for future. Once we have a better idea of how that looks. So just for communications purposes. We also have a letter. Jen, I'm almost right up to 11:15. She said, be here until 11:15. So in order to keep accreditation, we need to have another certified letter from Chairman Dolson that states that we are a chartered by the tribe. And so if it is possible to get your signature on this, that would be fabulous. So we can go ahead and submit that for accreditation.
No objections to the letter, is there?
Any other feedback, things that we need to keep in mind, things you've heard? We're really excited with turnout so far. Our enrollment, do you want to share enrollment? This is fantastic.
I don't have official numbers, but as of Friday, and Census One is when we do our official numbers for fall every year. So that's our metric that we go by. Last year, we were at the 694. As of last Friday, we were at 697. So we were up. And you have to consider that our Master's in Education program only runs every other year. And this year, we do not have those students. They graduated. So that's 2 cohorts of 18, so about 36 students. So our enrollment does this little, variation, and we should have been down about 36. So if I would have been 30 to 40 students down, that would have been good. And we're over what we were last year. And so this is, 40 plus students is what I'm thinking. There have been a few withdrawals, people that'll register and then withdraw at the last minute. And I have not seen the final numbers, but it's promising. And we sometimes have late dual enrollment numbers that come in. So Poly Dupuy had about 20 students that were coming in. I'm guessing we're going to be, we're going to be 15, 20 up from where we were last year. Considering I was expecting 35 down, our numbers are very strong this fall. So
It was fun to see Cleo's message. Sorry, Jennifer, go ahead.
Hey, Jennifer.
Well, I was just going to say thank you for that. Thank you for coming. And even though the college is right there and we're right here, sometimes it feels like we're not really that connected. And so it would really help, I think, if SKC kept us as a tribe, as a tribal organization, more aware of what's going on over there, even just letting people know when the basketball games are. I actually really love basketball. I often go to like Grizz basketball games, and I would go to SKC games if I knew when they were. And so, just keeping people aware of when things like that, you were talking about social dances, round dances, and things like that. If those kinds of things came to the tribe and got sent out like in all staff emails, you would probably get more people going. And also the culture classes are still free, right? To all tribal members. And so just maybe creating like a separate flyer or something like that about what cultural classes you're offering. And so people can just sign up if they want, and classes are free for elders. And so that's what age and above. What is the elders age that you guys are using?
Do you remember the
I
elder age?
don't have that off. I don't know it off the top of my head. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
so-
a Cleo question. So
Yeah, so just being more, sharing that information more with the tribal organization would be really helpful, because more people would probably sign up for those things, or maybe take a class if they knew it was free, if they're an elder.
Right.
Or a tribal member, and maybe they want to take a beading class or something like that. Just reminding them what the schedule is and that it's free. Thanks.
Thank you, Jennifer. That is something we've been trying to do for years. And another point for communication as well. We are really working hard at, thanks to Tony and the Tech Hub, actually, and Ava. We're really working hard on rethinking our communication and marketing strategies. That is an area we haven't been very good at, and probably the area that has been most detrimental over the last years is the fact that our communication, we just don't have the resources, right? And when everybody has 2 jobs, I finally have one, and it's been years. It's hard to make sure that you get the word out as well as we should be, right? And so that is a definite effort. As far as basketball, I'm excited. Missy is planning out her schedule. She's trying to get it finalized, waiting for maybe 2 more colleges as of last week. So that should be coming out pretty soon. 2 exciting basketball games, though, to put on your calendar. On the 24th of October, the week before Founders Week, there will be a CSKT All-Star game, I think. Nope, that will be on the 30th, the CSKT All-Star Game. So from all reservation people, I don't know how she's selecting that and organizing it, but that will be that day. There will be a game with the Grizz sometime throughout the season. I believe it's in December. And there is another game on the 24th, but I'll have her bring over, or we'll send an email, some posters like you suggested. That's a great idea. And then yes, we'll work on flyers. That's an area we've been wanting to do for years. Thank you so much for that.
And I think you're going to see a new presidential newsletter. We're working on that and developing it right now and trying to figure out a process to make that so that it's more informative and it comes out regularly. And it will have all of those things that you're talking about in basically a weekly or monthly kind of thing that will come out, and it'll hit the bulletin board and everybody will see that. So we know that communication is what we need to work on, and it's at the top priority of our strategic plan. So we're endeavoring to do that.
I'm so excited. Mike Lozar has been leading our marketing efforts, and he just developed a beautiful newsletter template that I can use, and we can put everything in. I got that yesterday. I'm really excited. And then we should have some information in the Sharkhusta as well. I think we're going to use a QR code so folks can get more information and go to our website. So we have plans. Hopefully they all come pretty quickly. We're working on them. And what an amazing team.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I was watching a news piece, a few weeks, it was like the first day of school or something. And I heard the report, they were on campus, and I swore I heard the news reporter say, well, there was like 150 students, and I about dropped. I go, what? That can't be right. I don't know what, maybe I heard her wrong or whatever. I go, that can't be right. So that's good news. No, your enrollment's going up, and that's fantastic news. The one thing I would want to make sure that we're doing, I know that there's opportunity for collaboration with our folks across the street here with our 477 funding collage, and definitely want to maximize that, because it seems like we've been negligent, let's just say, in expending those funds and working with the college to be able to do something. So what an opportunity. And now, of course, we again bring up your enrollment, all these little things that we could do. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Ava. Do you want to tell us about the homelessness effort?
Thank you. First, sorry I was late because I was actually giving a report to the EDA about our Tech Hub progress, and because Tony was here, I had to sit in for him. Thank you for allowing me to speak. We have been working very closely with Teresa Wall McDonald, and recently articulated a MOA to join the homelessness task force and really figure out how to provide more access to incremental training, job skills training, and staggered pathways to success for all tribal members, but specifically those who are homeless, reentry, recovery communities that we haven't served as well. So Teresa is also helping us figure out the 477 connection. We're having these conversations, meetings. We are in the planning stages of having meetings with internal and external employers to identify those pathways to employments for individuals that we would train, the needed training, and so forth. So I sit on the homelessness task force group meetings as well. That is very, very exciting. Thank you for tribal support for this effort. We really, really appreciate it. Received $30,000 from the tribe to support HiSET program and some career programming, career preparation programming, and we're deeply grateful for that. With that, I just wanted to add a couple of things. I serve as a co-PI for the Tech Hub grant and also a project manager. And one of the big pieces we have is scholarships. This year we'll be giving away probably close to $300,000 in scholarships to students and tribal members. And what's really exciting is these scholarships also cover trainings that are traditionally not covered by financial aid. Financial aid only covers full-time students in degree-seeking programs. We can now help students financially in short-term training programs, for example, CDL, heavy equipment, dental assisting. We piloted the building trades program. We repiloted the building trades program. We revamped it quite significantly, and we piloted it with 4 Two Eagle River School kids. 2 of them were females. That was very, very exciting. We will try to continue that. Yesterday, we just had a meeting with Mark Couture, and we'll be providing the NCCR core training to all the crew who is working under him as well. So we are trying to build those connections and provide valuable training opportunities to tribal employees.
Sounds real good. Anything else from council? Go ahead, Len.
Just something I've been thinking about, and thank you, Madam President, for visiting with us today. Ever since we started the new administration, there's always been talks of federal budget cuts that are going to affect tribal colleges. Have you heard anything confirmed yet about how SKC may be impacted?
No, thank you. So this is every day we wait and wonder, right? But we have heard that there would be huge cuts. That was President Trump's proposed budget, where we haven't seen that. I don't have wood, knock on wood, right? We haven't seen that yet. There have been possibilities, and thank you, because I think Michelle was sitting in this chair when we thought we might lose the NIFA grant when we were at Tech Hub 2 weeks ago. We didn't lose it. So thank you for listening to that and advocacy. When we do hear that we might, my first response has been to say, okay, what do we have that demonstrates and reminds them of their federal trust responsibility, right, for educating our people? Because that is critical that they remember that. And they seem to be honoring that for the most part so far. As one of the other things that I've learned through this process is that our AHEC-wide nonpartisan relationships have been critical. So that has proven very successful, because in July, when we had our AHEC board meeting, the update, Mariah said, the only thing they seem to be agreeing on, and this was pre-recess, is that tribal colleges need more money. And I was like, wow, that's a huge impact, right? So we've seen that. I don't know if you have seen the news, but last Monday, there was a media release that Title III, actually it would have been that same day we thought we were losing our NIFA grant, so back up a few days. There was a media release that Title III funding would be cut from minority serving institutions. Well, we thought we were included in that until the following Monday, when we found out that actually the monies that are cut from the larger universities and other minority serving institutions was being repurposed and redirected to tribal colleges and historically Black colleges and universities. Now that's good news for us. It comes with a double-edged sword though, for me, because that means that our Hispanic serving institutions are impacted, right? So although the money comes to TCUs and finally we're being acknowledged more in line with what we should be, although historically Black colleges are still probably getting more money than we do, I still, I don't want to underserve anybody, right? It'd be better to serve everybody the best we can. But yeah, so that's good news so far. It really is day to day, Len, but we're okay right now.
I might add that that's on the federal landscape. In the state landscape, the legislature has also made, let's just say that non-beneficiary monies seem to have been increased. We'll see. And so they don't always give us what they promise, but we'll see how that works. And then also 1-2 free program has always been available to the other colleges in the MUS system, which we weren't part of. So tribal colleges never got those 6 credits free for incoming students, but the governor did release that this summer. And so now we are part of the 1-2 free. And we just this week, last week, I guess it was, got the this is how you do it. And it'll be similar to the non-beneficiary. So we just track that, send in, these are the students that were eligible, and they will send us a check for those kind of dual enrollments. So we'll be able to increase our dual enrollments and not be competing so strongly against some of the other institutions that were offering free credits. And so, and the high set funding, yeah, a lot of, it's not just high set, it's high set adult ed. A lot of those programs that were under OCHI, Office of the Commissioner of Higher Education, have now been transferred because they're all into, what's your return on investment and commerce and so forth. They've all been moved over to DLI, Department of Labor and Industry. And so we've been asking Donnie Wetzel and his team and others, like, is that going to impact us? And they said that the money can start flowing in October, but we have not got to October yet. And I don't think they have all of their team in play because it was a legislative session that just said, take all of these pots of money and move them from this organization to this organization in the state. But it was one of those things where the state wasn't really ready, the other organization. And so they have to ramp up, build up, learn, do all of that kind of stuff. So we're working with them on a daily basis to find out, but it does seem like the governor of the state is moving in the direction of trying to do a little bit more equity for us. And I think that on the federal level too, the trust and treaty rights is one of those bipartisan things that even though they say minorities, we don't fall into that category. And we're not a DEI because it's a political designation. And so every time you hear something about DEI or minorities, everybody just assumes it's going to affect us. But so far, knock on wood, it hasn't. And we have, we're actually doing better than we thought. So, yeah.
I will add one more thing though. COVID was amazing. It provided a lot of resources. And
COVID wasn't amazing.
well, no, COVID was
resources.
But in terms of resources, thank you for the clarification. In terms of resources, there were many resources. And SKC really ramped up service for students and employees. And at the beginning of June, like in June, or maybe May, the end of last spring, there was a reduction in force, but I think we've addressed that or talked about that. And we are working campus-wide. There's a huge, the theme this year is strategic planning for sustainability, because we cannot continue to spend the way we have been when we had COVID funding, or we won't be in a good place. So as a campus, instead of just automatically reducing our force, we're looking at everything we can. And I'm really, really excited about the team and the people who have joined in and have been at the table with us. They are already working. We're looking at a grants restructuring and looking at how we actually have a much more collaborative partnership on campus, so that we can really think through and communicate better about how we do what we do and why we do what we do, and how we can continue to serve our tribal people and communities. So, so just know that also while we have resources and we're sitting pretty good right now with federal and state funding, we are really taking a deep look at everything else. So it will be a process. It won't happen overnight, but we have a really great team. All of campus knows about it, and we're working on it. Yeah, please.
I also received good news this morning. I serve as a Dean of Career Technical Education Division, and oversee workforce development programs. I also manage numerous grants, including Perkins and Native American Career Technical Education Program under the Department of Education. This morning, we received notification that the Native American Career Technical Education grant that provides significant support for our programs, we receive almost 500,000 every year to support programs like dental assisting, medical assisting, the beautiful building that we have. If you haven't been there yet, please do check it out. It's modern, it's beautiful. Most of this funding came through NACDA. And because of the uncertainties at the Department of Education, we weren't really sure where it was going to go, but we got a notification that this funding will be available again, most likely for another 5 years. We are at the end of our 5-year cycle. This year is the last one. And so we are really hopeful we can continue supporting these programs. It's significant support. So there's some good news. Also, we have garnered significant attention and interest from private funders and foundations, which has been amazing. Metallica, for example, that just provided us scholarship money for students. Jeanette Rankin, other private funders are very interested in supporting what we're doing. So I think with that is coming new interest and new opportunities from philanthropic sources as well. So
Always glad to hear there's more and more resources. Other questions? Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Eva?
Usukukukini. Tom, I love your hat.
Expensive hat. A lot of money.
I'm sure, but it is very meaningful.
We'll get
Have fun, you guys. We'll get you more information too.
And we'll get the request in for the November 6th agenda. We'll get it in today. So thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Can we go into executive really quick?
We will go out of regular into executive. No.
Many.
Everybody got one, at least one. Let's get these votes out of the way. Need a motion.
Motion to appoint Dave Marjo to the 4-year term per the ballot.
Motion by Martin, second by Tom to appoint our winner of our ballot, Dave Borjo, to the associate judge position. All in favor? We're unanimous. And now the manager of our business.
Make the motion to offer the general plant manager position, SKQ general plant manager position to Jacob Welker.
Motion by Lynn to offer the position to Jacob Welker. Second by Tom. All in favor? We're unanimous. Yeah, I think you're right. And so maybe we need to weigh in on that until the board's in place. There you go. We do have a range to work from. So. No, there's range for both of them. Very similar. Thank you. Go ahead, Tom, and we can get Brian in. Can Brian listen to yours, Tom?
You can if you go back in executive.
We'll go out of regular into executive. With that, we are adjourned. Thanks, James. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.